good morning and welcome to Mindful Flow Yoga. In today's practice, we are going to continue looking a little more deeply into some pranayama techniques. Pranayama being the use of the breath and the ability to allow our breath to serve us in whatever way we might need. Sometimes the breath can help us calm down and relax and release tension. Sometimes the breath can be used for an energizing purpose. And there are many, many different types of breath techniques, or what's known as pranayama, that are associated with yoga practices. So I thought, this week we'd continue with that, and probably into next week as well. I have a couple more practice themes that I think I'm going to bring in with some breath work. So today's practice, we're actually just going to start with a nice meditative breath. And then the two techniques that we're going to be looking at a little bit later, one is called Kapalabhati, or breath of fire. Kapalabhati translates from the Sanskrit to mean skull or head, and then bhati is shining, so it creates kind of this visual or this feeling of electricity or warmth or energy that's coming out of the body and associated with the head. I promise your head won't actually catch on fire, but it is sort of a warming breath, and it's not sort of, it is a warming breath. And used effectively, it can really serve to warm up the body, get your blood pumping and flowing, and just really bring some vibrancy into the body. So if you're ever kind of feeling just down or cold or wimpy or tired, and you want to kind of pump yourself up, instead of grabbing an energy drink, drop into a comfortable seat and try a little breath of fire. So the other one that we're going to be looking at later on in the practice is the opposite effect, and it's called Shatali. Shatali is a cooling breath, so it's just the opposite effect. If you're warm, if your body has got some heat waves, if you're feeling very fractious and you need to kind of cool everything down, literally cool your body down, then this Shatali breath brings in the cooling action of the breath. So it's very interesting how the breath can affect your actual body temperature, as well as your state of mind. So we're going to use those in two different places in this practice. I hope you enjoy that. But right now, let's just go ahead and take a comfortable seat and begin a little bit of quiet meditative breath, and just using your normal natural breath. And I invite you to just kind of find a comfortable seat. Let your seat connect below you. Let your shoulders drop down. Close your eyes or bring your gaze softly down. Awareness of the breath helps provide a clean slate for the mind, clearing away all of the clutter, cobwebs, the sticky notes, the to-do lists, the chatter, all of those things which continually bombard the mind seem to just fade away when all we do is feel the breath. So allow your seat to be grounded. Feel your spine gently rise up in an erect manner, but still finding some ease in your seat. So lifting up nice and tall, stretching through your neck, letting the crown of the head rise up, but then relaxing the body down even as you maintain that erect posture. Notice the tenor of your breath to begin. Notice how it naturally, softly comes in and swirls around the throat and gently drops down into the lungs. and then gently rises back up as you expel. This is the breath that is with us all the time, where we're not trying to affect anything, we're not trying to change anything, we're just allowing our mind to recognize that the breath is there. As you begin to meditate on the breath, if you use the breath as a meditation technique, sometimes it helps to anchor your thoughts around the breath by repeating the words breathing, breathing, breathing. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And allowing that word to silently repeat allows you to anchor your mind's activity on the use of the breath all by itself. So just feel the quiet space as your mind and heart connect. And we'll sit in a minute here just in a sweet, meditative breath. Start to bring your awareness back by drawing the breath in a little deeper. Let's open our eyes together and begin our practice. Let's just lift the arms up and overhead, reach them skyward, bringing the fingers up and out, spreading the fingers wide. Exhale and bow down, bringing your hands down in front. Inhale, lift your arms forward, up, bring them back overhead, and then exhale, palms out and down, bring them back down your side. So we're going to begin with the legs outstretched. We're going to do some nice slow stretches to begin. We'll work up to a little bit of movement later on, but as we start, my little friend here needs to move out of the way. There you go. As we start, we're just going to bring the legs down the mat, and we're going to begin in Janusarasana. So we'll take the left foot and bring it to the inner right thigh and open the left hip out to the side. So to start with, let's lift the arms up, reach them overhead, take a nice overhead stretch, lengthen through your back, and then exhale, we're just going to fold gently forward. We're not going to strain or try to reach any particular point. Just fold forward and let your belly start to shift downward, dropping toward that right leg and just easing yourself forward. Relax your shoulders and then pull your hands back just a little ways, so maybe they're just on either side of your calf. As you inhale, lift your heart up, straighten through your back. And as you exhale, fold forward once again, this time putting just the lightest of pressure on the hands and seeing if you can pull the floor backward towards you. Just a little bit of engagement with the arms. Now mind you, I'm not clawing through the hands. I'm just putting the lightest pressure on the hands, almost as if you could pull the floor behind you, and this just helps to stretch through the lower back and spine. So continue with a few breaths here, maintaining that light pressure on the floor. Feeling your right hamstring start to really open up here. And stretching through the lower back. Left hip is, of course, open. Take a few more breaths here if you haven't done this stretch today. Ease into it. Feel each delicious micro opening as it presents itself to you. One more breath. And then inhale. Come on up to the top. Keep the right leg where it is. Take the left leg over the right. Bring your knees so that they are roughly stacked in front of each other. Your left foot is here by your right hip. Inhale once again, and this time just gently roll forward. You don't have to stretch or reach because you're going to feel some sensation almost immediately as you start to gently fold forward. And it doesn't take very much for all those sensations to start to present themselves. You may feel it in the lower back. You may feel it into the IT band on the right side or the left hip. A lot of different places are going to start to be affected. And once again, just bring your hands gently down on the mat and pull your mat toward you just with the lightest of pressure. This is just ensuring that you remain engaged and feel into the opening. Just let your torso drop down to whatever extent feels appropriate. Heart is dropping down towards your knees. Relax and breathe into your lower back and hips. And very nice. Start to roll up one vertebra at a time. Take your right hand, I want to move the other way. Take the left hand across your body, and we're going to swing the right arm open, reaching the right arm behind us, coming into a little twist, maintaining that same leg position, but reaching back with the right arm. And then drop that right arm down to the mat. Turn your torso back to the front and lift the left arm up. Tiny little back bend here. Beautiful. Exhale. Bring both arms around to the front. Uncross the legs and bring both legs out in front. Arms reach up. Inhale. Exhale into Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold. Again, super slow and delicious. Nice deep breath in. Exhale and release. All right, start to roll back up, and we're going to try that on the other side. So bring the right foot into the inner left thigh and lift the arms up to begin. Take a nice stretch. Right hip is open, left leg is flexed, and then fold forward. Just reach gently forward to wherever those hands want to naturally come down on the mat, and then once again press down through the palms just gently. This isn't hard, this isn't muscly, this is just the lightest bit of engagement down from the palms to the mat. Almost like, I don't know any other way to describe it. It's like you're trying to pull the floor back to the back. And then just start the process again of breathing. Your shoulders are relaxed. And with each breath, your belly may drop down a micro inch at a time. Soften into that left leg. Soften behind the knee. Let go of the tension in your kneecap, knee joint. Keep breathing. And then inhale, slide your hands backwards, sit all the way up. We're going to cross the right leg over the left, guide the right foot back to the left hip, stack your knees approximately over each other, and then just gently allow your torso to drop forward. And here's where we're not really stretching so much, we're just allowing the weight of the body to start to release down. And if you feel anything that is too acute or too intense, then obviously stop there, pull it back. But if the feeling is intense without pain, try to stay with it and try to use your breath to let those areas soften and relax. This is getting into some deep fascia that surrounds the lower back and hips. So the breath can allow those muscles to let go and release the tension around the fascial areas. Keep dropping down. Oof. I feel that all the way down my left leg, right into my pinky toes. How about that? Keep pulling that floor gently back behind you. Really nice. One more breath. And then inhale, come on back up. Take your right arm across the body. Bring your left arm out to the side. Open it to the back of the mat. Take a little side stretch as you twist into the belly. And then let your left arm tap down behind you. Turn your torso back to the front and lift your right arm up as you take a slight back bend. Exhale, bring the right arm forward, left arm comes back around. Both legs are extended, and we'll once again just take a sweet forward fold in Paschimottanasana. 3 breaths here. Really nice. Beautiful. All right. Roll yourself up. And we're going to come to Sukhasana once again, crossing our legs. All right, so that was a nice slow start. A really gentle, slow warm-up. And now we're going to go ahead and get the body a little bit more energized. So coming to Sukhasana, we're going to try a few rounds of Kapalabhati, or breath of fire. Now, one thing to really understand about breath of fire is that generally speaking, when we are using the breath in yoga, the in-breath is generally more active than the out-breath, meaning we use the muscular engagement of the body more acutely, more effectively on the in-breath. So we're generally pulling in and really engaging the diaphragm. And then we're letting the breath kind of seep back out on the exhale. So that is the normal, sort of the general way of breathing for most of our breathing techniques. However, in this breath of fire, in this heating technique, we're going to use just the opposite, which takes a little bit of practice to understand or to get the feel of the rhythm of this breath. So this is a faster paced breath, but I would say that the pace is less important than just getting the rhythm, because the rhythm is what allows the body to bring in the breath passively, but expel it actively. So what we're going to do is bring our hands to the belly to start. This is definitely a belly-based breath because we're going to be using, I'm going to turn sideways because it might be a little easier to see. This is a belly-based breath, and like I said, it's a faster paced breath. And let's just take a couple of belly breaths just to kind of warm up the belly and think about drawing the air down into the diaphragm. So as we inhale, just take a regular inhale, fill up the belly, and then exhale, expel it all the way out, drawing the belly in. Again, take a breath in. And exhale it, pressing the belly in. Navel draws toward the spine. And one more, just bringing your awareness to belly with the hands there. Exhale. All right, so with this awareness of the belly and the diaphragmatic breath, we're going to try the breath of fire. They're short little bursts, and we're going to be breathing out and getting the rhythm of our breath in a faster method. Let me just demonstrate it once so you can kind of hear and see. We're going to be doing this all through the nose. So I'm going to take one initial breath. Just watch for this first one. Out. And then we'll catch our breath again. So the burst is an active push of the breath out with a passive intake of the next short breath in. That's why the rhythm is a little tricky to get used to. Now let me just say, if this makes you feel lightheaded, a little dizziness or lightheaded is often normal. If you want to just take a resting breath in the middle, catch your breath. If it doesn't, if you're not comfortable with it, obviously just go into a nice meditative breath on your own. But it can make you feel just a little lightheaded because it's really stimulating all of the oxidation in the brain and in the head. So again, short burst out and then passive breath in. We're going to try it for maybe 20 or 30 seconds, and then we'll take a break and then maybe try it again. All right, so bringing the hands to the belly. We're going to take one clearing breath in and out, and then we'll begin. So ready, inhale. Exhale, let it out. And then we'll begin. Push. Okay, let's take a rest. Exhale. Bring your hands to your lap, close your eyes for a moment, and just see how you feel. Do you feel a little warmth and tingling sensation? This is your fire. This is your Agni that you are igniting, the fire of the belly. I feel definitely a little bit more alive, more energized. How about you? All right, let's try that one more time. I'm going to turn towards you. If you felt okay on that, we can try another round. So just bringing the hands to the belly is a nice way of remembering that we want to keep that emphasis on the air in the belly. All right, so let's take one cleansing breath in. Exhale. And begin. And take a breath in. Exhale, release. Close your eyes once again. Feel the sensations in your body. Feel your heat. Feel your temperature. And notice how that blood flow warms your body from top to bottom. All right, open your eyes. Bring it back. All right, so that was our warming breath. I feel a little tingly all over. How about you? So now we can start to move a little bit more as we've warmed up the body, and we'll continue on with our flow. So we're going to start from tabletop and move into a lunging position. So let's come into a lunge with the right leg forward, lifting the left leg up, and just in a nice runner's lunge here, hands either on the mat, up on the fingertips, or perhaps on blocks. In fact, you may want your blocks for what we're going to do later or in just a moment here with these lunges. So just take a moment, stretch those legs out. We did some nice hamstring stretches to begin. Take a full breath in. Step that left leg forward, forward fold. Inhale, rise to the top, reach to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward once again. And step back with the right leg this time. Right leg back, runner's lunge. Take a couple of breaths here. Maybe rock back and forth, just warming up the body for more motion. Nice. And then go ahead and this time slide the left leg back and take it to a downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. This time bring the right leg forward once again, back to a low lunge position. From this low lunge, we're going to straighten the right leg. And we're going to stay on the ball of the left foot. So we're kind of folding over that right leg in a modified pyramid because the left heel is up and the foot is facing toward the front. So just feeling into a nice hamstring stretch. Again, a little modified pyramid. And then go ahead and bend that right knee once again. Stretch your right arm forward. Inhale, lift the right arm up to the sky, take a lunging twist. Exhale, right hand is going to circle around, reaching toward the back. Inhale, bring it back up to the top. Exhale, bring it toward the front. And carry it all the way down, underneath your torso, and reach to your left foot, looking back towards your foot as you reach those right fingers backwards. Inhale, bring that right arm forward once again and lower the left leg. Right arm is going to fly all the way up. Left arm reaches as we come into low crescent Anjaneyasana. Take a breath here. Exhale. Inhale. Bring your hands back down. Heel toe the right foot out to the right, opening into the right hip. Bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, so my right toes are now pointing outward, and drop into lizard. I'm going to take 3 or 4 breaths here in lizard pose. That right hip is open. If you want to, you can bring your hands to blocks. You can bring them down to the mat. whatever feels appropriate for your hip opening. Or you can stack them up on top and come down to forearms. We're not going to stay here terribly long today. We're just going to feel a nice little stretch into that right hip. Breathing, breathing, breathing. And then bring your hands back down. Go ahead and heel toe the right foot back over. Lift that left leg up. Step forward to the front of your mat, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift up to the top. Exhale, forward fold. Step the right foot back to runner's lunge. From runner's lunge, hold here for a moment. And then go ahead and straighten the left leg, coming into that modified pyramid once again. Still up on the ball of the right foot. Heel is lifted. Just feeling that stretch on the left leg. Ooh, up into the lower back. It's a great lower back stretch. Nice. And then go ahead and bend the left knee once again. Right arm is going to reach forward on your inhale. Carry it up to the top. Exhale, reach the right fingers back. Inhale, semicircle back up to the top. Reach your back around to the front and carry it down and underneath the body. Reach it back toward those right toes. Inhale, bring that left arm forward. Bring the right knee down. Left arm carries up, right arm comes up. Come to Anjaneyasana. Stay here for a breath, low crescent. Deep inhale. Exhale, hands come back down. Heel toe the left foot to the side, toes are pointing out. Come back to a little lizard stretch here. Feeling that left hip open up, dropping down into your hips to whatever degree feels appropriate. Again, you can fold forward if you like. You can stay up on your hands. You can use your blocks. Find your ease and the appropriate stretch for your body today. Keep breathing, breathing, breathing. Nice. And then come on back up from wherever you might have been. Heel toe that left foot back to the original position. Lift the right knee up and step forward with the right foot. Forward fold. Inhale, rise to the top. Arms reach overhead. And then exhale, we're going to bring the hands out to the side. So we're coming to, my hands are like this, just in case you can't tell on the screen. My hands are reaching out. Both are in a T off the shoulder. We're going to start some circles with the arms, but I want you to initiate these circles simply from your scapula or your shoulder blades. So see if you can roll the shoulders by using your shoulder blades, using those muscles of the upper back to move the shoulder in small circles around. Relax your neck. Keep drawing in through the navel so you have a strong, steady body below. Core is engaged, legs are firm. Keep circling around, squeezing in the back. Starting to feel that? Wonderful. All right, one more time around. Go ahead and lift your arms up. Exhale and forward fold. Inhale, and we're going to come all the way back up. Arms reach up, and this time circle those arms around. Bring them back behind you. Interlace your fingers behind the body. squeeze your shoulder blades together now using those same upper back muscles. Chin is going to be lifted slightly as we press the knuckles down toward the floor. So feel that stretch underneath the chin, just a slight lift and forward jut of the chin. Deep breath. Exhale, turn your chin to the left shoulder. Keep pressing down through the knuckles, and then we're just going to draw a smile across the front of the chest with the chin as we come and do a little bit of a slow neck roll. Chin is going to come back around, lift it up, come back around to the left shoulder. So we're just doing some really slow neck rolls as we continue to squeeze the upper back toward the center. Rolling that chin around, come back to the center, and then change the direction. So move the chin the opposite rotation. Really slow and gentle. One more time around. And finally bring your chin back to the center. When you're back in the middle at the collarbone, release the hands. Bring your head back to a neutral position. Arms reach up and overhead. And exhale, forward fold. From forward fold position, take a deep breath. Come halfway up, lifting into Ardha Uttanasana, a half lift position. Stretching the crown of the head forward. Feeling the core engaged to support that lower back. Roll the shoulders back behind. Create some space between the ear and the tops of the shoulders. One breath, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, step back with the left foot and come into warrior two. So left leg back, right leg forward, knee tracks over the ankle, pointing out toward the toes. Relax those shoulders down. Feel yourself centered. Take a breath. We're going to inhale, straighten the right leg and the right arm. Carry it back for exalted triangle. And then exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, exalted triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Pivot on your right foot, come to 5-point star. Bring your hands to your waist. Slowly rotate and dip down as you fold forward with wide legs. Next breath in, right back up. Core is going to lift you slowly and with control. And come back to 5-point star. Turn your left toes toward the back of the mat. Inhale, lift your left arm, exalted triangle. Exhale, warrior two, facing the back now. Inhale, lift and straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Lift and straighten. Exhale, warrior two. One more time, lift and straighten. And warrior two. Swing the right arm around, step toward the back of your mat. Inhale, arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway up once again, come to Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise all the way up. Exhale, step back with your left foot. Back to warrior two again. This time hips are open to the other side. We're still facing the back of the mat. Take a breath here. Nice, strong, stretchy, balanced warrior. And then inhale, straighten that right leg, straighten the arm. We're going to do the same thing to carry us back to the other side. Exhale, back to warrior two. Inhale, straighten, exalted triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, straighten and stretch. Keep it going. One more time through. Use that beautiful breath to extend and lengthen your stretch. And pivot on the right foot. Come to 5-point star once again. Hands to waist. Straight back. Lower yourself down with control through the core. Head eventually reaching and pointing down toward the floor. And then inhale. Slow rise back to the top. Open those arms wide. Come back to star. Turn the left toes toward the front of your mat. Take it to exalted triangle. Exhale, warrior two. Again, flowing into exalted triangle. Flowing to warrior two. Just as we did before. Keep it going. Stretch and reach. Beautiful. One more time. And then finally meet back in warrior two. Swing the right arm around. Step forward at the front of your mat. Inhale, arms up. Exhale and fold. From this forward fold position, we're going to lift up one more time. And then exhale, step back with the left foot once again. This time we're going to come into warrior one. Arms reach up and over, hips rising toward the front. And then we're going to immediately straighten the right knee and come to pyramid pose. So if you want to, you can bring your hands to your waist. Shift those hips so that they are square. Left hip reaches forward, right hip pushes back, and then slowly start to come forward with a flat back in a true pyramid. Now my left foot is down, heel is down this time, back is extending forward. And then go ahead and drop your hands down, reach toward the mat or use your blocks. And we're going to walk those hands or blocks backwards as you fold over the right leg. And then inhale, walk them forward. So flat back, walk them forward. Exhale, walk them back and fold. And you may go a little bit or you may go a lot more, depending on how your hamstrings are feeling right now. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come forward again. This time everyone come to a flat back, hands on your blocks. Take your right hand under your body, reach around to touch your left rib cage, and then see if you can engage, pull your left ribs open to the right as we come into revolved triangle. Left hand is down, turning your ribs to the right, and then eventually lifting that right arm up for a full revolution in Trikonasana. This is a deep stretch for those hamstrings. Ooh, into the IT band. Make sure that your pelvis is square to the back. So left hip comes forward, right hip comes back. Take that right hand down, bend the right knee, and step forward, forward fold. Inhale, come halfway up and lift, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to the top. Exhale, step back with the right foot, warrior one. So hang here in warrior one for a moment. Get your hips square to the front. Feel the foundation of your legs. And then we're going to straighten that left knee and come back into pyramid on the other side. So as you're ready, hinge from your hips, bringing yourself forward with a flat back, reaching the crown of the head forward, left hip rotates back, right hip rotates forward. Hold here for a moment. See if you can stay steady. Reach for those blocks anytime you need to. And then we're going to bring the hands down to the blocks or mat. Gently sort of tiptoe those fingers backwards as you fold over the left leg. Inhale, walk those hands forward and straighten. Exhale, walk those fingers back. Inhale, walk them forward. Keep it going. Use your breath. One more time, walk it back. Inhale, walk it forward. This time, let's bring the right hand to a block. Left hand is going to reach under the body, grab hold of the right side of your rib cage, and you're going to literally pull your ribs open to the left. Lifting them, pulling them over to the left, and then letting that left arm float upwards in revolved Trikonasana. Take 3 breaths here. Deep stretch into those hamstrings. Ooh. Great one for the back. Arms. Told you it would be stretchy today. Very nice. Let's bring that left hand down. Go ahead and bend the left knee. Step it forward. Forward fold. Inhale. This time, let's come all the way to the top. Exhale. Fold forward once again. Go ahead and bend your knees and just come on down to your knees this time. Hands in knees position. And sit back on your heels. Come into Virasana rather, Hero's Pose. You can take a block and have a seat on the block if that is easier for you. A lot of times Hero is not the easiest pose, but we want to just try to take our seat in Hero for a moment. All right. So now we're coming to the end of the practice. We're going to try to cool the body down a little bit. I'm going to actually turn towards you so this makes more sense. So coming into the cooling pranayama for our practice today, we're going to invoke what's called Shitali breath. So we're going to be opening the mouth, and we're going to stick out the tongue a little bit, and then you're just going to cup your tongue into a roll. Now, there are certain people that can't roll their tongue. Genetically, it's just they didn't get the gene for it to be able to roll your tongue. So if that's you, it's okay. Just come into a regular breath. If you just feel like, why can't I do this? It may be because you're genetically disposed not to be able to do it. But the majority of people can do this. So we're just creating a little U shape with the tongue, sticking it out like so. Let's see if I can come a little bit closer, just for the purposes of demonstrating. So, little U shape with the tongue. So as we make that U shape, we're going to be breathing in through the mouth and then breathing out through the nose. And this is a very calm, cooling breath. So unlike breath of fire, it's going to bring in cool air and help the body to settle. So let's give it a couple of tries. So sticking out the tongue a little bit, rolling the tongue, breathing in through the mouth, and then out through the nose. In through the mouth, out through the nose. In through the mouth, out through the nose. Do that 3 more times on your own. And last one. All right, go ahead and come back to your normal breath now. Did you feel that cool air coming in? Could you feel how that invokes the temperature change, cools all of the respiratory system, and definitely calms the mind as well? So that's your cooling breath that you can use whenever you need to bring it down, bring the temperature down a little bit. All right, so come on to a regular seat. You can come out of hero's pose, bringing your feet forward. And now we're just going to start to cool the whole body down a little bit more through some nice stretches. So let's lay down on our back. And just hug the knees into the chest for a moment. Nice deep breath in. Go ahead and place the left leg down on the mat. Let your right leg rise up. Take your hands behind the thigh. And just point those right toes and flex the foot. And point and flex. Point and flex. And then create some circles with the ankle. And then circle around the other way. And let's take that right foot and place it on the top of the left thigh, letting the right hip open up. We're going to come into supine pigeon, lifting the left foot up and just holding on behind the left thigh. Just hang here. Pulling your left thigh inward. Foot down on the mat. Bring your arms into a T off the shoulder, and keeping your right leg where it is, just roll over onto the left hip, guiding your right foot down toward the floor. Just a little twist in the lower part of the body. Oh, feeling that stretch in the right gluteal muscle. Relaxing through that right leg, just let it kind of drop down. Wish, you can turn your right ear down toward its shoulder. Bring your head back to center. Lift your feet back up. Place your right foot on the mat. Left leg flies up. Foot toward the ceiling. Point the left toes and flex. Point and flex. Point and flex. And then just circle the ankle around. First one direction and then the other. Bring the left foot down on top of the right thigh, and we'll come back into supine pigeon again, or sometimes called eye of the needle pose. Just hang on to that right thigh and feel the left hip gently stretch open. Foot all the way down, open the arms into a T, and just roll to the right, bringing your left foot all the way down toward the floor. Soften and breathe. Back to that natural breath. center. Release your legs. Let's go ahead and extend them all the way down. Take a few minutes here of mindful Shavasana. Let your whole body relax and release and absorb feeling and the deliciousness of this practice. Just relishing your beautiful natural breath. And some peace and solitude. Rest within. Yourself up and let it out. Once you're ready, you can hug your knees into your chest, rock back and forth, and help yourself up as you're ready. Together, let's lift our arms up, reach them into this beautiful space. Bring in a deep release it as we bow to the heart center. The light in me is honored and grateful for the light within you all. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. Om Shanti and Namaste.